Well, qualifying is underway right here from virtual Daytona with the iRacing Signature Series, Signature Esports Cash Tournament. That is, we're going to give away some free entries here. So the winner of this race right here, as you see, Michael Woolley right there, taking his qualifying lap. He's on his second lap right there. We are going to be giving away an entry into our tournament that's going to happen this Friday through Sunday. It's a double elimination $2,000 added tournament. Of course, and always that does depend on entries and making sure that we get that bad boy full. I appreciate everybody out there watching on Hey Titchener. See you out there, buddy. Yeah, we're going to be doing this quite often. So I'm going to put it up on your screen. $2,000 added tournament, 1st through 5th paid out. June 26th through 28th. There's a $20. It's $20 per driver, double elimination, fixed setups, all cup cars. 5 tracks is what we're going to be running. We're going to be running the Daytona, which is what you're seeing right here, and then we're going to be running Bristol after that, Kansas, Charlotte, and then we're going to have our finale at Phoenix. Not only am I broadcasting this race tonight, but we'll be broadcasting more later on, especially tomorrow. We're going to try to build this up as big as possible. But on the horn with me from faraway lands is Shane Wyatt. Shane, say hello to everybody out there on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. Wow.
What is up, everybody? And like you said, right now we have 33 drivers that have completed a qualifying lap today, so it's going to be a very big field tonight. It doesn't look like many people haven't qualified, honestly, but we're almost going to have a full cup-sized field.
Well, out of the 33 drivers, this is for one spot in the Signature iRacing Cash Tournament that will start Friday evening, right about 5 p.m. Eastern. We're going to broadcast one race from every round, and we're going to get everything rocking and rolling with that. That's one of many leading up to our premier event in January of 2021, which is going to be a live tournament that we are working on a location for currently. I do believe we're going to be down in the Florida area, but that's what we're going to be doing, and that's how we're going to be doing it. Our grid is about to be set, and you know that times are going to be well within tenths or hundredths of each other as things are kind of just working their way through. We're going to pop up the grid as qualifying is about to be over with. You're going to see Dane Cruz in the 46 putting down a 47.288. That is his lap time. Nick Indelicato. We're gonna. If I mess anybody's name up, I apologize. If you guys are watching out there on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, know that I try to get it right, of course, and always. The number 74 is going to start outside in row 1. That's your 2 pole sitters going on right there. As everybody's starting to grid up currently. Kyler Wynn in the number 84 is going to start to inside row 3, and inside of row 2 in position 3. Dillon Hastings in the number 22, outside of him right there. Row 4, Zachary Lima in the 19, Mark Frimpong in the number 10. That is row 3 for you. That's 1 through 6 so far. Shane, you want to take the next one?
Sorry about that. We was talking to the guys inside, but we're going to have, starting on the inside in 5th, Zachary Lima. Starting on the outside in 6th, we're going to have the number 10 of, we're going to starting on 7th, Cameron Lamble. Starting in 8th, Latham Joyner.
Your next 2 rows, as soon as it switches for me here. Josh Peak in the number 3, and then Joshua Klinger, so 2 Joshes. That's going to be row 5 for you right there, 9th and 10th position. Moving on back to row 6, Michael Woolley to number 13, and Tony Hirschman in the 60. Stephen Korosek in the number 27. Kevin Mulreed in the number 34. That's 13th, 14th, row 7 for you. And back into it, Dillon Hastings in number 23. Dion Birdsoff. Apologize if I messed up. In the 409, we've watched him race a few races with us so far today.
The track temp is 20 Celsius, 50 laps.
And you guys are hearing my crew chief go. We don't need crew chief right now. We are not racing, so I apologize about that. Seeing a little bit of my desktop as well, because normally I have all that stuff taken care of. The number 18 of Louis Philippe Laliberte. We're going to say that. Hopefully that was correct. Starting 17th in row 9, William Karp in the number 33 out there in 18, starting outside of the 18. Go for it, Shane.
Sorry about that. We are dealing with something in game right now.
Oh, sorry.
Having issues coming off a pit.
That's okay. Donald Teague, the number 43, is going to be inside row 10. Jesse Neal 2, the number 41. Rocking and rolling that outside 20th position. Daniel Michel in the number 25. Daniel Helm in the number 49. That's row 11 for you. Andrew Isler, number 35. Austin Griffey in the 57. Row 13 right now. Brandon Berg in the number 29. Scott Fritz in the 48. Back to row 14, starting 27th. The 81 of Anthony Rayner and Ben R. Burgess in the number 7, starting 28th. Patrick O'Brien, the number 21, and Sean Gonya in the number 15. That's row 15 for you. And last row for you, Davey Nall in the number 50. Ethan Him in the 6. Double check to make sure that we've got everybody. Michael Steele in the 05, and then Ty Aiken in the 58. And that is your grid right there. 17 rows, 34 cars. And we're getting ready to come around to the front stretch. Pace car is off. And you see the overhead view as we ride along with our leaders. Green flag racing right here from Daytona. And a nice push from the outside of the 74. Not only does Shane White have double duties going on as a commentator, but he's also running race control right now. So we're going to see a lot of things happen right here. Some clean racing as you see the front four, the 74, 46, 84, and of 12 right there, pushing it very hard down the backstretch. A long look at that line. A little shake and bake action for you.
One of the craziest things about tonight's race, if you look at that, the back of the number 84 car, which is in third right now, you'll actually see my name on the back of it as he drives for me in one of the leagues there. So we're not going to have any bias tonight, but he is starting off to a really good start as we have the top three coming across here to lap number 2.
Lap 2 still under green. Great start to the race. The 19 had a little room right there to dive underneath into the 84, but the 84 losing a little ground off the bumper of the 46. Coming around turn 2 to the backstretch, you've got the 74 out front.
It's incredible how they're keeping it clean this entire time. We haven't really seen too many people get together as the 84 goes under the 46 here. 46 moving up to hopefully help the 19. 19 goes in the middle. We got 3 wide coming down here to the start-to-finish line here. They are dodging and weaving all over the place here. Coming around.
Still green flag racing as some people had to dive down to get off the track. 74 out front with the 84 behind. 3 at 19:32. That is it right there. The 22, the money line machine, trying to make that outside line work right there with the 19. Not really buttoned up too tight, but everybody's still working in really well. As you see a little bob and weave in the back of the pack, about 15 cars back. So far, so good.
I actually went out here during the practice session, made a few laps myself, and it's very different compared to the day races. In the day races, it only takes about 10 laps running behind somebody for your car to get hot and start overheating. Where here in these here in these night races, it takes close to 20, 25 laps before your car really starts getting hot. So I think we'll see that put into play tonight. We'll see people deciding whether to stay.
Well, the cooler temperatures playing effect. Track temperature is only 84 degrees. So that is going to heat up as these drivers put down some rubber. Air temperature 70 degrees right here at Virtual Daytona. We saw the 22 having a little bit of netcode issues as he was literally in the back bumper of the 19, but things working out very, very well for them. Outside line looking to be going 3 wide as the 19 trying to push high onto the 32. There's the 19 now 3 wide back, getting a little bit of help. Some traffic coming down. There is the 74 into 3, neck and neck for first. And that's shaking going on there, but still looking pretty good. Nighttime racing seems. Oh, we've got 2 packs now. We've got a little breakup going on right there. It's like an ex-girlfriend hanging out in the back.
Yeah, it looks about when they came to the start-finish line, I think somebody started to slow up and it kind of checked everybody up back there and just separated everybody. But if I was in their position, I would just stop racing each other and line up single file and hopefully use that car power they have back there to catch these guys up here. But it's going to take teamwork, and they can't have their own race if they expect to catch these guys up front.
It'll take teamwork and a lot of patience, that's for sure. Tomorrow, a little bit of, I got a little shout-out out there. Anthony Titchener reminding me that tomorrow night I'm going to be on the No Limit Racing podcast. And we're going to talk about what I do and, of course, a little bit about the No Limit Racing League, which when we go into caution, I'll throw a little bit of a snafu up there. I know you guys saw my promo video. 3 wide up front, though, as that outside line looked to be trying to go, but looks like we got a spin out right there. Caution's going to be flying right here at Virtual Daytona. 6 green flag laps, and the caution comes out. 15 spinning out right there in the back. We will try to make sure that we see what happened there. I appreciate everybody out there watching on all of the platforms, of course, and always. We are out there on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. I've got Jet F16 rooting on the 25. We've got the 30, Latham Joyner getting the 30 car to the win. And I appreciate you guys out there as well. Thank you for following the channel. All the new follows out there. Once you follow, it will show it up there. Now, I finally got that all set.
What do you say we get some in-car interviews here?
That'll work. Go for it.
We're gonna go ahead and speak with the number 30, who is currently in the lead after that huge wreck. So I got a lot of people. We're gonna talk to Latham Joyner here in a second. See if we can get it connected here. All right, we are now speaking with the number 30 car, who is currently in the lead of Latham Joyner. What did you see? That guy spun out in front of the entire field and took out quite a bit of people. Luckily, they got faster pairs that they can use. But what did you see, and how did you get to the lead?
Well, it was me and the 70 car back here, Cameron Reliable. We're kind of, I guess, teammates for this race. And we just kind of decided to go, and we were trying to get up front. We just couldn't get it run, and then that guy was spinning out in front of the field, and I told him to go high, and we both missed it somehow. So.
Well, after a big wreck, that's definitely something that you want to try to avoid, going high or low, of course, and always. But out front, your restart, are you going to try to back up to the driver behind you, or what are you going to do? What's your strategy as you guys get rolling forward?
I kind of know the guys in second and third, so I don't really know yet, but just had to see.
Alrighty. All right. Well, good luck to the number 30 right there. Joyner doing a great job of keeping it green for a few laps there. And Shane, any more insight on what these guys are going to have to roll with on this restart?
Well, as you said, I have access to the race control panel, so many people may not know, but iRacing actually allows the drivers to talk to each other during the race. And I heard a lot of drivers complaining on the radio about the cars are starting to get a little hot, so maybe it was a little bit less than hectic because we're only at lap 8, and their numbers are starting to get red, which means that they're starting to overheat. So if we have a long green flag run, I think we'll see some interesting stuff happen when these cars start to get hot.
Well, as they do get hot, they are definitely going to be a factor for everybody. So let's go back. I'm going to try to take a look at what happened with that incident. I had it just right here, just 2 seconds ago. There it is. Back, here it is. And we're going to have to do it manually, as we saw that just a little bit ago when they were on the backstretch. Let's pause it right there. Take a look at where the 15 was. And give it a little go right there. A little replay action. There was the 15 right there coming off onto the track. And when he got onto the track, I'm not sure what happened there. I think he was trying to stay low as I backed it down. This was on lap 6. Take that back. Try to go back to that incident again. I guess that just didn't work for us.
Yeah, I mean, that wreck took out a lot of our leaders up front. My driver, actually, the number 84, Kyler Wynn, was running, I believe, in second when that wreck happened, and it just wiped him straight out. And luckily, the leader, number 74 of Nick Indelicano, he somehow happened to miss that wreck, went below the apron, and somehow happened to miss it. But I did give the lead to a 30. And all those guys that got involved, they went in, grabbed that fast repair, came out, and we got them a wave around, and they should be battling for contention for this win again.
Our replay section right there didn't want to pull up the incident of the 15 right there, so we apologize about that. The link to the NLR YouTube is now on Twitch, the YouTube channel for No Limit Racing. Thank you very much, Anthony Fitchner, out there, of course, and always. We appreciate you. There is that green flag waving right here as we are back into turn 1, the 3, 74, 32, 19 out front with the 13 of Woolley and the 24 right there running 6th. I say the 24, but that is a paint scheme. Absolutely, who do you want to do a ride along with, Fitchner? I'm going to give it to you. Ride-alongs with people are always fun. Let's see what it's like in the gyro cam. Second guy on the outside, he said, which means run along with the 19, the Tide Machine diving way down low. So that is the 32, looks like up there.
Like the 70 took the lead out from in front of the 30. We had a lot of drivers complaining of a black flag, and they're wrecking in the back because the caution's going to be out here. Caution is going to be out on lap 11 here. Some sort of wreck happened in the back, and we'll take a
looks like lap 11 right here is going to be, we're going to ride on the inside of what happened. This is the 50 of David Arnold. Right along with him, got a little incident, it looked like. Got up into the wall and then came down and just couldn't collect himself. So that was his incident. And there is the collection in front of him. Doing all he can to avoid, and there it was. So let's go back and we're going to take a look at that. We're actually just going to rewind right here and take a look at what he saw as we take a long look at 3 right here. All the incidents are catching up with everything as we will look at that right there, I believe. So let's take a look at what happened here. That was the 35 of Eisler right there, and that was what was credited to it. We're going to take a look at what happened right here. Apologize about the delay. Normally it's a little faster. 35 kind of gets collected or collects himself up there, and then just all over. If that was a VR headset, I promise you that would make anybody sick. We're going to ride along with him again. Right before the exit of the backstretch right here. I do believe that pit road is what is happening, so we will skip that situation as we go back to live conditions currently.
Yeah, I mean, in a situation like that, you're just along for the ride. I mean, somewhere like Daytona, there's not much room for error. I mean, somebody behind you, they get in that bumper the wrong way. If you get in, when you're pushing somebody, you want to push them directly. And I've definitely been in some races before where they pushed you just a bit off, and before too long, you're spun around in the wall and flipping and all kinds of stuff like that. So really, there's no room for error. And when something does happen, there's nothing you can do about it. You're just along for the ride.
Latham Joyner out there, saying hello to everybody. Hello, Latham. I believe you're supposed to be racing, aren't you? Dougie says, Luke, why? I get it. Things happen in racing, but we did set it up so that way they could have an attempt to make this a good, fun race. 3 fast repairs, along with 2 green, white checkered attempts, 50 laps, and lap 14 being completed under caution currently. As we wait, let's take a little transition break for you. So that is one of the leagues that I work with, and that is my Monday Night League, who's going to have a break this next week. A few of the drivers that you see in here are actually a part of that. Drivers that are a part of it, we got Josh Klinger out there. Michael Woolley is out there as well. Oh, I'm looking through the list. I'm probably missing somebody. About 90 drivers in that league, and they do a great job out there. Okay, so the 19 is out front. The 19's been strong so far. He actually took the lead back away after the pits right there. What do you think is going to happen going forward? Do you think these guys are going to hold patience, or do you think they're going to...
I think, the longer this race progresses, the longer they sit there and run side by side, the longer they sit behind somebody, the more they're going to want to get around them. And honestly, I think the aggression is going to improve. I mean, look at Ty Aiken there in the number 58. He started dead last, and he's already up to 4th. It just shows you how much these super speedways change and how much you can get to the front just by dodging wrecks and working with the right people at the right times. It's truly, these super speedways are like
They are turning down on the backstretch, but still running clean. No caution thus far. They're all in the grass. A little shaking up front. We're talking about Ty Aiken. He's driving, I believe he's driving that little 24 car right there, being that is his paint scheme. But we will take a look at what we're doing with him. Green flag runs, still going. 46 dives down onto the inside of the 21. Gonna pull our driver drop down right here. Ty Aiken, who is the number 58, looks to be trying to make his move to the front. Let's go back to that outside. There he is. He's right behind that 24 car. trying to push that two-car tandem to the front of the inside line. That outside line seems to be working very nicely on the backstretch. 19 and 24 look to be working well together, and then try not to push the pusher. That's the idea behind Daytona. Is that correct?
Got a wreck back there in the backstretch. Looks like somebody got turned around there in the quad.
Self-plug, go 17, go 13, and I'll represent Josh Klinger out there on Twitch as we slow down for our fourth caution of the day. There is the 13. We were riding along with that 21 car being labeled as the 58. So these guys use custom paint schemes, and they've got their own numbers that they like to show. That is always allowed, and we enjoy it. Makes it a little confusing, but I don't mind. I don't think anybody minds. Do you know the reason for the caution on that last one? Who started it?
Yeah, I'm looking here in the replay mode here, and it looks like maybe the 7. No, it looks like the 05 got a little loose, got up into the number 17 of Josh Klinger, and just got them both turned around. And it looks like he also collected the number 30 here, who was actually out in the lead.
These big car fields lead to big car incidents. So let's go up to this replay right here. There's Michael Steele. Right here on the front stretch. Looks like he came up into the 35, got himself loose, got into the 17, and he took out 4 cars, 30, the 3, or the 35, the 3 car, and then a couple of others right there. So everybody, go for it.
How about we talk to the driver of that number 17 car that was collected there, Josh Klinger, and see what he saw from his inside view.
Here is Josh Klinger.
Right. We got the driver of the number 17 car, Josh Klinger. What did you see there in that incident?
Well, initially in the back there, guys pushing real hard, trying to make holes there that just weren't there, and I tried to get to pit road here. Just hard racing early on, people kind of trying to get to the front earlier, trying to make moves that are just a little too aggressive for lap 16, 17 in the race. So if we can get that under control, we'll get this Black Horse Auto Transport Camaro back up to the front.
Klinger, you always do a great job of trying to make sure that you maintain your line, which is, since we've got a few laps that were ran under green, what is the preferred line for you? And I know that you've got a teammate out there in Woolley. What is the preferred line for you guys to try to work together with?
Yeah, me and Woolley really enjoy getting runs on the outside. But it's just about what kind of help you can get in the big pack like we've got this evening. You need more than 2 cars to make it work. So if we can link up on the inside, we can easily get runs jumping out to the outside. But you got to have a solid structure behind you or in front of you to get up there and make that outside line work.
Right on. Well, good luck on the restart, and I always appreciate talking to you guys. No Limit Racing being represented right here with Joshua Klinger. And of course, and always Michael Woolley, and he's a Duke student right there, and he does a great job of supporting those schemes. And also, his dad Todd Klinger is the owner of Black Horse Auto Transport. Big shout out to him. He does a great job. They've got Go Bananas Racing, a lot of things that they put together. So if you need a priceless antique car, or maybe your little baby, or maybe you just you're moving and you need somebody to move an extra vehicle that you have, look them up on if you're down in the southeast, to look up Black Horse Auto Transport. They're all the way down there. Check them out on Facebook. Frosty Onyx says, well, didn't realize that the quick repairs don't completely fix your car, right there on Twitch. Any insight to that? Because I've always heard rumors, and I do drive in it, but normally I do see my car get completely fixed and ready for the next round. Give me some insight, Shane, Shane, on why a car wouldn't be completely fixed in iRacing.
Yeah, I've never really had that issue as far as the quick repairs, because normally they always completely fix it. That's why they're so valuable, and everybody wants to have a plethora of them. Maybe he accidentally stopped and got some optionals, which I would think you would probably know. I've never seen that happen before. It could be an in-game glitch, but like I said, I've never seen it happen. I've heard about it before, but I've never seen it happen personally.
Frosty Onyx says he used both of his and still have a tire through your hood. Let's see. Frosty, what's your number, buddy? Let me take a look and see what your number is. The 49 car. It looks like to me, buddy, you are fixed and looking good. So I wonder if that's something that's going on with on the inside of you. Not sure what's going on there. You look pretty good on my end, but back to the leaders. We're back to green flag racing. Lap 20 complete with a 19 and 74 right there in front of each other. Lima and Indelicado. We're going to look up his first name because I do not want to be messing that up for sure. Top 5 as we're rolling through: Lima, Korosek, Indelicado, Michelle, and Aiken. Everybody's jockeying. We got a car down low, injured, limping through the backstretch. Your top 5 as we roll through the turns 3 and 4. 2 by 2 from third on back, so we got a battle going on right there.
Zachary Lima is actually pretty well known throughout the iRacing community. He's not per se a professional, as we got a wreck in the back. Collect a few people. We're going to stay green here. Only collected about 2 or 3 cars. As long as they clear the track, will be good. But Zachary Lima is well known in the iRacing community, known as the Carb Cup King. He races a lot of Carburetor Cup, which is basically the exhibition races in these Cup cars. And this week they're actually racing at Daytona International Speedway. So I'm sure he's got a pretty suffice amount of practice this week as we have the number 74 coming through.
74 making that high line work with the 21. Or the 45, I'm pretty sure, I don't remember what it was. Oh, Fritz, the 48 it looks like. Working his way through. Doing a great job of getting that side draft on second and third place as they come around to the front stretch into turn 1. That high bank is going to have to work for those 3 cars up top because they got a 4-pack on the bottom. 5 developing right there as well.
Yeah, when you're taking a high line, you're taking the higher way around the track, so it's going to take more power up there. So really, to match the speed of a 4-car pack on the bottom, you're going to have to have at least 5-6 cars up the top to match that because of how much more time you're taking, going around the top. So it's definitely, the bottom is definitely the preferred line, but I would take leading on the top versus being second in the bottom.
2 cars into it right there at the exit of turn 3 and turn 4.
Looks like they got it off the track. We're going to try to stay green here for as long as we can.
3 wide in the front. The 21 pushing the 74 all the way to the inside, but we are our race leader in the 74 right in front of the 19, having some help getting down to the backstretch. We're going to see how this 3-wide pack takes itself, as we are 3 wide all the way down, getting pushed below the yellow line just a little bit. The 84 trying to grab some patience right there. 19 loses some ground and gets stuck in between some teammates. Got some room to move down right there in the exit of turn 3 onto 4 into the backstretch, into the front stretch. Oh, turn, big wreck on the exit of turn 4.
Looks like the 74 got pile drove into the wall there. Looks like, yeah, from what I'm seeing here, it looks like the 58 tried to go high and make a lane that really wasn't there, and 74 went to cover that lane and got all.
Let's back that up. I'm going to pull this replay right there. We're going to follow along with the 74 and change a camera angle or two. while they come around to the backstretch. Into turn 3, into turn 4. There is the 21. Gets right to the outside of his corner panel wall side. And the 74 got turned around right there. So let's one more time from his point of view. I know we're backing it up the old-fashioned way, but that is what's... I built this overlay on the fly because I wasn't planning on doing it. Could be a glitch within his sim. Brandon Frontal out there as well, stating that on Facebook for the 49 of Frosty Onyx. Weeba Car Pog, Jet 416. You've got it right there. All right, let's take a look at the gyro of the... Oh, we are on the 74 right here. So this was one that was involved in this last incident right here. Gets a push from the 21 in the back. And it, as they come around, gets collected. And then you see just everybody collected inside of all of this. You see a bunch of guys hitting the infield right there. And the damage involved. Ooh, another wreck that happened there. The 43, everybody trying to check up. 17 collected. Everybody trying to avoid each other. That is a personal view right there.
Yeah, I spoke about it earlier about how the longer they run, the less patience they're going to have, and that was just one of those situations. You know, they were running hard, and the 58 tried to make a lane, and the 74 didn't want him to make a lane. Tried to put the block there, and it just wasn't room, and unfortunately took out a few cars. Hopefully, some of them still have fast repairs and can get back in here.
Well, I know that we only have a couple of them set for them. I believe 3 totals. What the dynamic of what I set right there for. Right along with Korosek in the 27. That is your race leader right now. I have a young lady trying to take her late evening bath. We have a different schedule than most families. We typically work nights, and our youngest is being stuck on our schedule, so we are working our way back to a regular schedule. However, go ahead.
How about we take a look at that number 20? Hang on, sorry, not the 22. Give me one. If we take a look at that number 60 car, who's currently in 21st. Okay, got a little piece of that last wreck. Tony Hirschman, that name might be familiar because he's currently the spotter for Kyle Busch in the NASCAR Cup Series. So nice to see him showing out here tonight. Always fun to have some of those real life guys in here, as we see a lot of times in these hosted sets.
Well, there is the number 60 car right there, running that nice paid scheme. He had a decent fun day. Of course, always yesterday with the Talladega Super Speedway that they were at. So we're going to catch back up with our leaders as Tony works his way back around. Great race so far. A lot of late night racing. 26 laps complete. 24 to go. As lap 27 being completed under caution. Lights on the pace car are off, and we're going to go back to green flag racing here in just a moment. And of course, and always, my stuff is brought to you by everything that I do because of you. I appreciate all of the support and all of the watches out there. You guys are absolutely amazing. And a couple of extra sponsors I want to make sure I mention besides the No Limit Racing League is the Not Ready for Sunday Night Racing Series, and of course the Saturday Night Fever Racing Series and the DSR Wheeling Modified. Those guys helped me get my start, and I appreciate them very, very much. The 24 out front as we go green flag racing. 84 given the draft there. 25 just didn't seem like he went on that restart.
Looks like the number 43 spun down there through the grass, but as I mentioned already, we're trying to keep this race green flag as possible. seems like when we get about more than 3 laps, they start to file out and make their own lanes. So they're not going to. Oh, they're wrecking up front big time. Caution's gonna be out this time.
27 is up into the wall. Caution comes out, and everybody splits the field. 7 collected. It looks like only 3 cars collected out of that. As now the 84 is your race leader. Definitely have to go back and see what happened there. Camera angles changed. Reaper, I appreciate you. Always. Reaper Devil King out there giving me a shout out. 25, you've got this. That's what we are being, what I was seeing right there. Apologize about the delay in screen changes. That was a little weird. Number 27 on pit road.
Yeah, that wreck was a little interesting. What were your thoughts on it there, Jason?
I'm actually going to pull up the replay right here. Here's the restart as we see the 27 out front. Front stretch camera right here, and here's a long look at what happened as they go around turn 1 into turn 2. You got the 84 right there. 27 was the main collected in that. The 84 and the 19 go up, and when that happens, the 27 goes up to block and then just gets turned. Didn't have a complete clear lane to do that. Let's back it up just a little bit.
While we're watching that replay here, we actually got the driver of the number 84, Kyler Wynn, up here. We're going to go ahead and get his opinion on that and see what he saw firsthand there. Kyler, during that wreck, obviously you looked like it came up on you. What'd you
The 84, you out there, buddy?
Yep.
Yeah, what'd you see there in that incident?
I saw the 19 go up behind me. I went up at the same time to try to pass him on the outside, and I got a shove in the right rear. And I thought it was clear, but I guess not. And I guess I just grabbed him with these pointy Chevy nose, just hooked him at the wrong spot. I don't know who to blame on that one.
Well, I'm looking at the replay right here. A little bit of slow motion stuff right here. Let's ride along with. Oh, there's the wreck right there. Here, let's back up just a little bit, and we can deduce it right here. Maybe. There we are. We're gonna ride along with you and take a look. You are to the outside quarter panel of, looks like the 27. 27 tried to come up just a little bit and just got wrapped around. Hard racing incident. Looks like you got a little nudge right there. So riding along with you looked like a hard racing incident. Still a nice perspective from the driver, and good look on the restart. You've got the lead right now with 20 to go.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it looked like it was a racing incident there. He's going to be obviously getting caught up in that incident. He might have a slight bit of damage there on the nose. It doesn't look too bad. Obviously, any damage here can really ruin your day with it being, so reliant on aerodynamics here. So it'll be an interesting restart for sure, and I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Well, one of the things that and looking at the front of the car, we can see it right now on our screen. The problem that I do see, he's got a little bit of flake damage. Nothing too serious, it looks like. So he might run a little bit hotter up front. But the cars tend to, whenever you get to the back of someone's quarter panel, if they do come up and they are just not clear enough, they typically wrap around the bumper, and so it doesn't really cause as much damage to the car that's behind as much as it does, of course, the car that's being turned. Yeah,
like I mentioned earlier, here at Daytona, it's no room for error. Maybe somewhere like Charlotte or somewhere like that, you might be able to save it, slide. But here at Daytona, as soon as you get it turned, you might as well just count your day over unless you have a fast pair, which in this situation, hopefully with 27.
Well, looking at it from this perspective, as you see the long line going down the backstretch right there, out of turn 2, hitting it into turn 3 right now. Lights on the pace car are off. 84 out front, 3 outside, 19, 18, 81, and a 23. I'm going by car numbers as that is what I can see. So if the relative up there says something different, it's only because I'm looking at what the drivers are doing and I'm looking and calling the cars. Pace car is off on to pit road, and we are green flag racing once again. 20 to go. Now 19 to go as we come across the line. 84, a nice jump on the restart. 19 behind him, and we are back up. The 19 wants to go high. Looks like he wasn't going to sit behind the 84 very long.
Yeah, I mean, you look at somewhere like here, especially in iRacing, in real life when you come to these play tracks, you see a lot of the manufacturers working together. That doesn't really carry over as they're wrecking behind him, and we're going to hopefully stay green here.
Oh, big
and we got a bunch of guys
out.
wrecking. We're going to have a caution coming out here.
19 seemed to get shaken up right there as they all came together. As we're trying to get the field back together. Back-to-back cautions. Lap 32 right here from virtual Daytona. Of course, and always the place to be for your Signature Esports Entertainment. My name is Jason. I am with Shane. We are commentating for this iRacing experience of a lifetime. Here's a look at it right here as they went back to green flag racing. The 84 and the 19 out front. 19 wanting to immediately go up high. Here is a long look at it as they come around to turn 3. Race leader into turn 3, or into turn 1 on the exit of turn 2. Looks like the 23 is hard on the bumper of the 84 and goes up and bumps the 19, and that's what causes that. 19 almost holds on, and we will pause it right there, and we will jump backwards just a little bit to what happened with the 19. As he was losing ground right there.
I'll tell you who we need to give a lot of credit to, that number 84 car there. They all wrecked beside him and had him a little sideways there, but luckily he was able to hold on to her and hold on to that lead as we see the 19 get completely pile drived into the...
Well, I tell you what, that 19 got turned so hard into the corner. We were lucky that nothing else got happen. Reaper, I would love to do more tonight, buddy. Are you kidding? This is what I love to do, and you guys know it. 19 got some damage going down pit road. Wants to hit pit road without having to do it. He is basically drifting around turn 2 or turn 3 and turn 4 to get to pit road. You see it right there. He's got a flat tire, that's for sure. Apologize about that. A little cough going on there. Taking a breath and doing it. Look at him. He's just drifting his way down pit road. Gonna try to get into his pit stall. And with some success. There it is. Fast fix. That's what a fast fix looks like for those who do not know. And also, we do know crab walk. Yeah, I agree. Crab walk it is. We do know, you can see the size of these vehicles as well. They are just caked with debris and marbles. You see all that dirt up there coming up from the track. Heavy grit coming off, and that's going to add to it as well. These cars start out nice and pretty, but then they end up just nice and dirty. Back up to our race leader. There's Mr. Wynn in the 84, the 23 of Hastings, and the 74 of Indelicato back up there as well. He's going to be your third place car.
Yeah, I gotta admit that Valvoline scheme up front looks mighty nice, but I might be a little bit biased considering I did design and paint and create that scheme, so maybe a little bit of bias there, but I do think it looks mighty fine right up front.
Not Kyler Wynn. Kyler Wynn out there ghosting us. Look at that big smiley face on the Twitch feed. I appreciate all of you guys as well. Shout your drivers out. We want to make sure. Back to it again. Microwave is going. Got some popcorn and some other things going.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever really seen the strategy at Daytona. Previously in a lot of these races, as soon as you get the least amount of damage, you come in and you pit and get that fixed. But it looks like a lot of these guys up here flared out fenders, a few dents, a few dings, and they're just letting it roll and hoping for some more cautions. But it's the first time I've seen that happen before. Most times, people want to immediately get it fixed, but it doesn't look like they're trying that strategy tonight. They clearly want that entry fee.
Well, having a good win is what it's all about. Regardless of the entry fee, these guys are actually showing up and throwing out a good race. We've had quite a few lead changes. But we're back to green flag racing. 84 out front got kind of a bigger lead than he probably should have there, as 3 wide looks to be where the 32 wants to take it with Woolley on the inside right there. No Limit Racing being represented as the Reaper Devil just got an update right there. Klinger not far back, as he is back on the lead lap as well.
Yeah, for those of you that don't watch a lot of NASCAR or iRacing and are wondering why you wouldn't want to get too much of a lead, most tracks it's actually a good thing, like Martinsville and intermediates, but here at Daytona, if you get too much of a lead and some cars behind you get pushing each other, they will shoot past you like a freight train, and it's not going to be good for you once you start falling back. So you want to kind of stay with the pack. You don't want to get too far out, and you want to get everybody kind of in a single file and run everybody together and get some good laps now.
Lap 36 complete under green flag conditions. There is the 84 and the 74 working together. Woolley getting a little extra bump, trying to go up with the 19, but ends up getting stuck 3 wide between the 32 and the 19. 32 checks up just a little bit to let the 13 back over. That was a nice guy kind of move. But the 74 moves up and now is pushing the 84. They are all in team channels right now. You're going to see him run. 74 out front now on the outside lane, getting pushed by the 19.
Yeah, we saw this in real life at Talladega. Although the 2 different tracks as the 13 spins, he's going to come up into the field. We're going to try to stay green, and they're all reckon we're going to have a caution here. But back to what I was saying, in Talladega we saw that where the Team Penske cars all got together and kind of took off from the field, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that seems to be what that was right there, just, calibrated teamwork, and it worked out well for him as Kyler drops back to P4.
David now registered for the Signature iRacing Cash Tournament. That's another registration right there. If you want to be a part of it, go to, I'm typing it in as we speak, Signature Esports.com to register. And you're going to click on the iRacing Cash Tournament entry right there at the top bar. If you do it from your PC, it's gonna be right there. If you do it from your phone, it's gonna be in the menu section. Go there and check that out. It's got all the rules, and if you want to know the rules, you can go to our Facebook. We've got them posted there as well. There's a tournament bracket that we have put up as well. But now things are starting to get interesting. Getting all kinds of comments out there. That Nesquik is pretty sick. That is true. Let's go take a look at what happened with Woolley right there, because that is where that caution started. Lots of scrolling, lots of things that happened during that caution. So let's go back and take a look at it. Michael Woolley is charged with the caution, but we're going to go back and take a look at it right here. Lap 38. He's right there behind the 84. It gets probably a little bit of help from the 32. Hold on just a second. We'll see right here. 21 comes down into him, knocks him a little bit loose. So he got kind of door slammed a little bit, it looks like, from the, I don't know if that was the 21. I cannot for the life of me remember what his car number is without doing it. But it just collects the field right there. Whoever the 21 is, as he is running in a different paint scheme. Currently your 5th place vehicle, as we've had some people drop out of the race, but quite a few people out there still racing right now. So go for it.
That is one of the advantages of iRacing. In real life, you get in a wreck, you load it up on the hauler and everybody goes home. But here in iRacing, you got what they call fast repairs, which is when you can come in and you can pit and it just completely fixes the car without having to take any time to do it. And I believe we had 2 fast repairs starting. So if you've used both of those fast repairs and you get in one of those big wrecks that kills your engine, your day is done after that. So a lot of people believe it to be one of those second chance type things. And it works out well for a lot of people, and once you run out of them, you're just kind of SOL at that point.
Absolutely. Black Horse Auto Transport, I mentioned them earlier out there on Facebook, saying hello to us out there. The 58 of Aiken, that 21 car, is got a lot of side damage, and that side damage comes from getting into the side of the 13, which sent him around. So far, let's take a look at our race summary. Right now, Nick Endelicato is your race leader. 7 cautions for 18 laps, 11 laps remaining. 10 lead changes, as we're going to go back up to your race leader.
Yeah, we saw Kyler win in the 84 down there on the bottom on the apron. And he was kind of starting to drift back a little bit. What he's doing there is he's trying to save fuel. It doesn't look like Kyler's been into pit hardly at all. I think he's been once this race. And he's saving fuel here. He's hoping to go green, and he's hoping he'll have enough. If not, he will have to pit. But he's down there saving gas, trying to level out the tank, and hopefully save up enough gas to finish this race on the same tank.
Well, the 74 is out front, 19-25, the 84. And the 58, that's your top 5 so far. I'm being asked to ride along with the 17. And we'll do that on the restart. Here is the 17. For those who do not know, Josh Klinger hasn't led a lap yet today, but is no stranger to victory lane. Started 10th, currently 7th. His fastest lap of the day, 44.488. Take a look at the outside of this car right here. Black Horse Auto Transport. GBR Racing. Number 74 is going to take everybody to the front. We're going to see the pace car dive down on the pit road. Lights are off on the pace car. We're going to go back to green flag racing once again. Right here from Daytona. 10 laps to go. We're about to go to 9 to go. Right along with the 17 of Josh Klinger.
Yeah, here at Daytona, like I said, you can start last and be up to the front pretty quick. Like, if you look at the number 25, which is currently in 3rd, he started 21st. If you look at Ty Aiken, who's in 5th, he started 34th. Same thing with Patrick O'Brien, who's now in 6th, starting 29th. Then you go to the leader, he started 2nd, so it's really just a spread. Anything can happen here at Daytona, and there's different preferences for each driver, but I think you can start pretty much anywhere and still win this race, and that's why I love this track.
Seeing some cars in the back kind of just limp around trying to complete the laps, making sure that they're right there. Josh Klinger being up and moved to the outside. He's got a little front end damage right there, but still out there keeping pace with everybody. Back up to the leaders. We come back to the start-finish line. 74 out front, but the 25 of Michelle is right there. 46 making a move on the outside line as well. The 3 is there. The 84 down, getting a push from the 58. Looks like the 74 is doing all he can to try to control all of the lines as they come around. 3 wide from second on back. 74, 84, 58 on the inside. That 3 wide is not going to work right there just yet, but they are working their way through it, trying to make some moves.
A lot of people may not know this, but some of these drivers have had some off-track, confrontations, especially with the 84 and the 21, which is really the 58 back there. In another league, they had a few confrontations, and we're not the best of friends, but when you get to Daytona and you're working together, you got to be best friends with the guy you're pushing. If not, it'll never work. So glad to see them working together here and being successful at it right now.
Well, they always say that you can't win on the first lap. You can only win on the last lap. So we will see how far it goes until the end. As you see, nose to bumper, 84, 74, 74 out front. And Liccato in the lead.
Got a manufacturer war going up here at the front. We got a Toyota in the lead, a Chevrolet in second, and a Ford Mustang in third. So good representation for all 3 of the manufacturers here.
All of these drivers trying to keep their lines successful as they continue to move forward.
Had a wreck back in the back.
Looks like it's going to collect a couple as they came around. There was a few.
We're going to try to hold the green here and keep going.
Long way around as the 84 loses a spot right there. As you see a 3 wide group right here coming onto the front stretch. Oh, goodness gracious, the 22. Or the 32 right there, losing some ground on everybody. We are back to the lap. 5 to go right here from virtual Daytona. 74, 21, 24. The 3, the 84. Well, we've got a couple of 3s right there, so I'm not sure which 3 is what 3.
I can't tell you how irritating it is when you get on that outside line, especially somebody like the 84 Kyler Wynn. He's been up front all day, led quite a few laps today, and now he's sitting back in 5th, and he's falling on back without that, that car power there on the outside. And I can't explain to you how irritating it is when you're on the outside with not much help and you can't do nothing but just watch people pass you. It gets old kind of quick, and that's when a lot of incidents tend to start, as we have one car that's smoking here on the apron. And that car is going to cause an incident behind you, and we're going to go ahead and throw the yellow here.
At 57 right there, looked to intentionally drive up the field. I know that we had an opportunity earlier where some issues had happened, and but the 57 right there, trying to keep himself. Should have kept himself down there on the bottom. Driving up into the field, taking the leaders out. 74 of Indelicato out front. There is the 58 of Aiken. 27 of Korosak is in third. And your top 3 looks to be like that. One more look at the race summary. When we go back to green, it's going to be basically a 2-lap shootout to the end. Eight cautions for 20 laps. 47 laps complete. And it actually might quite possibly be just that 2-lap shootout. So we will see what happens, how it lets us mark it. But definitely a lot of people still up front, and anything can happen right here. I'll be right back with you. We're going to take a little vocal break, and I'm going to play a little ditty for you, and we'll come back. Super crazy that someone would drive up there. Yes, absolutely. Reaper Devil King out there. 74 out front, and so now we are basically down to a green-white checker. We have 2 attempts at a green-white checker, and at 74 is going to have to hold that line for 2 solid laps. Any takers, because we know that with green-white checkers, it usually comes to 2 of them. So when I was looking back at the replay just a moment ago, we have to scroll all the way back up real quick to it. Trying to make sure I get the name right here. Austin Griffey right there. Let's 5 lead changes. Currently 19th right there. Let's go back and take a look at what happened there. We're going to catch back up with our race leader right there. I wanted to check a name. Some of these names are hard to read on the relative screen right here. So there is the 57 right there, and he is down on the bottom of the apron with some damage, probably from the incident happened on the backstretch. Oh, he couldn't help it. They were running next to him, so not intentional right there. It didn't look like it, so I apologize about my remarks there. It looked almost intentional, but everybody was just running low.
I'll tell you who really bit the bullet there was at number 17 of Josh Klinger. We mentioned him earlier. He was coming out of pit road there, hoping to beat the field out, which he didn't. But he kind of got, the worst of him. He kind of got saved at the same time because, when Austin, number 57, spun down there, he got hit, but he also got the wave around since the caution came out. So he kind of got, the best
of both worlds. Yeah,
yep. Yeah, he kind of won and lose in the same situation.
So right there, I've got to slow down. You see the 32. It looks like a lot of net code right there too. And it is a shame for the 17 kind of getting collected right there. It looks like it looks like he net coded through him as well. So the 17 not getting any damage out of there as the 57 slows all the way down. You see it right there. So it's Brandon's old PS4 name. I love it. I love it. Reaper Devil King out there. I wondered because I know that on Twitch that is his name. So the pace car right there on the backstretch. Oh, right there on the front stretch. Go ahead.
Yeah, speaking of number 57, he is out for the night, and we're going to be going green here in Daytona with a green-white checker.
First green-white checker attempt. 74 out front with a 58 of Aiken behind him. Korosek in a third. That number 27, a.k.a. 24 car right there. Currently going around turn 1 and a turn 2.
And something we also did not mention, this is the first green-white checker attempt. We will have one more. On that second one, we will not throw any more cautions. This race will not finish on the three wide there. Battle for second place. Looks like the number 30 is going to fall back in line. We got the 74 here on the inside, followed by the 58 of Ty Aiken. The 84 and Kyler Wynn's going to be leading the outside here, 3 wide further back in the pack. And we're going to be coming to the white flag this time, and as long as we make it there, and we do, we're going to be good to go to the finish.
So white flag is out, and the 84 fell all the way back, but now with only 1 lap to do it, somebody's going to have to make a move. 84 left high and dry outside, 74 out front, 21, or a.k.a. the 58. Oh, now we're wrecking all in the backfield. It is a sprint shootout to the end right here Oh,
wrecking behind
everybody's
him.
wrecking. There's a 74 out front. The 3-ish car, whoever that is. We have 2 3s in the field. 74 out front into Licata, running his heart out. And nobody can catch him after that. The 74 wins. Congratulations to Licata for holding off everybody, starting second place. Battled back and forth quite a little bit. Nick Licata doing a great job of finishing that race. What an incredible end. That was a huge wreck. It's such a big wreck that just everything filled up. So the whole relative filled up. Times 4, times 4, times 4, times 4. For those who don't know what a times 4 is, that is an incident. Thank goodness this isn't an official, what they call an official race. All right, this goes all the way back. We're going to ride along with Mr. Woolley right here.
We've got, we're going to get these guys on standby for the post-race interview. We've already got our third place finisher, but we're going to start after these burnouts. We're going to get with the first place finisher, 74 of Nick Licata here with the win at Daytona International.
So looking at the restart real quick before we get on to our race winners. Here is Woolley right here. This was part of what happened with the wreck. There's the 13, the 19, the 34. These guys are always fast. Michael Woolley is always really good at super speedways. From my personal experience with was working with an old limit league, this guy can win at them pretty regularly, along with Klinger. But right there is where it shakes up. There's the 19 in the back of 13. Doing a heck of a job right there. The 3 and the 46. See the backstretch right here. This is when they came around and took the white flag. 13 comes down. Oh, disappeared just a little bit there, but nothing big. Oh, there's the 46. And let's see what happens here. There are 3 wide right there. Oh, the 19 comes down into the 13. And that is what started all of that right there. So nothing able to form. Such a shame. Such a shame. What a big wreck right there. Such a great race as well. The 13 of Michael Woolley. Let's take a look real quick at your results. Want to make sure we go over that real quick. Your race winner, Nick Licata, the number 74. Josh Peak, the number 3. The 33 of William Karp. That was the other 3. There we go. Dillon Hastings, the number 23. Josh Klinger finished 5th after you were talking about that big break that he had getting a wave around, or being the lucky dog. Got that right there. Finished 5th after restarting 14th. 27 of Stephen Korosek, and the 84 of Kyler Wynn went from 2nd to basically getting left high and dry right there. Michael Woolley finished 8th. Dane Cruz finished in the 46, finished 9th. In the 34 of Kevin Mulreed finished 10th. That was your top 10 right there.
And we're now talking with the driver of the number 74, Nick Licata, bringing home the win here at Daytona International Speedway. After 52 laps going into overtime here, he will be bringing home the prize of the free entry to the $2,500 tournament this weekend. Nick, how was it, man?
It was fun. I knew it was Daytona, so I thought to myself, why not be aggressive? We had fast repairs, so I was like, why not? Let me, give it a shot and be aggressive as I can. I threw some pretty crazy blocks that probably weren't the best, but it worked out in the end somehow.
Well, you, excuse me, trying to clear my throat here. I apologize about that. You guys, you and the 84 were working very, very well together up there, and knowing how that front line, especially that inside line, when you guys were going green flag runs, you guys were literally controlling the field, and I know that I saw that you were working the blocks really well. How did you anticipate what line was moving over the other one?
Just with the package, how it is, the outside lane will get a huge run off the corners most of the time. It's really sketchy. I did it once or twice and went up there and took the chance to block, and it separated and checked everybody up. But yeah, no, me and Kyler were working really well, and then me and Ty in the 58 were actually there at the end. The last couple laps were doing a hell of a job. But no, it was fun. And anticipating the block is one of the hardest things about the plate tracks. To be honest with you, it's kind of 50-50 if you wreck yourself or not. But it worked out in my favor.
Well, you did a great job, and I appreciate that as well. Any other people you want to? I'm going to make sure that I always let the drivers give a shout out to everybody that they know, and I give that opportunity with all of my broadcasts. So if you got somebody you want to shout out, teammates, sponsors, anything that you do, or maybe you've got a Discord channel or a Twitch channel, throw it out there for us.
Check me out on YouTube, youtube.com/YOUTOO, U2, kind of a weird name, but SR Designs, and Evo SimSport, my iRacing team. Shout out to them. Thank you guys for also broadcasting this and putting this on.
Oh, we love to do it. This is actually what I do for my nighttime living. I own a media company outside of that, so we love what we do, and we appreciate you guys stepping in here. Congratulations on that. I need you to do one thing and one thing only. There's a registration form on the iRacing product. You don't have to buy the product, by the way. All I need you to do is fill out the form for me. Go to signatureesports.com. You're going to see a link over there to do that, okay? And I will put you in on the bracket, get you seated, and you are going to start Group 3. That's where you're going to be. So I appreciate you very, very much, and congratulations on the win.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, guys.
You're welcome.
All right. Now we're going to speak with the second place finisher of Josh Peak. And after that, we will be following up with our last and final interview of the fourth place finisher, actually Dillon Hastings, considering the third place finisher has already left these tracks. So we'll be following up with the fourth place finisher. So let's go ahead and get Josh up here. Hey, Josh Peak, it's up here in the booth. Congratulations on the second place finish tonight. Definitely was an entertaining race, a long race, but a definitely entertaining one there, especially at the end with all those wrecks happening. How was it, brother?
Yeah, man, it was tough. Just tried to keep the car as clean as possible throughout the race. I used up every fast repair I had. Got up in the top 4 or 5 multiple times and kept getting wrecked and got hit again under caution there, which I thought my chances for making a good run at the end was probably done. But I don't know, kind of played out a lot different than I thought it was going to.
Well, you definitely had a run. This is Jason up here in the broadcast booth as well. Josh, congratulations on a second place finish. Right there with Nick at the end, and there was just a little bit too much spread for you guys to kind of close the gap to get that run out of the corner. But right whenever you got into to the corner of turn 3, you were right there. Did you just not have enough power, or what? Run through that with us so that way we can have a better understanding of what you were going through.
Well, I kind of thought I was kind of sitting back waiting for somebody to break out or waiting for the run to kind of come to me at the right time. And when I broke out, it kind of let a couple guys get around me, and they I lost a lot of momentum there. And I thought for sure it was over with at that point. But then when everybody started getting together and they got 3 wide in front of me, I just tried to follow the guy that was going to do the least amount of damage there.
Well, you did a great job, and congratulations on a second place finish. We do host races quite often, and of course, and always, I do broadcast all the time. So you're going to be able to get involved in this again. I promise you that much. Anyone you want to give a shout out to, any teams or sponsors or anything that you're a part of, you go right for it. If you get a YouTube or Twitch channel, you can do that as well.
It's Peak Racing on Twitch, but give a shout out to my team, North Force Racing. We've got a good group of guys. Got a Coke guy in there with us now, and a lot of guys running Road to Pro. We're doing very well. Got 2 guys in the top 20 right now, sitting in points, and we've got a good team of about 8 dudes that are working really hard on setups every week, like probably hundreds of hours in between races trying to get setups done. And our 2 big sponsors, Butt Kicker and Crockett Creek Beef Jerky. I'd like to give them a shout out.
Fantastic. We'll make sure that we get all of this information when we go back and listen to it. We'll put it in our notes, so that way we know that when you come on, we know who to talk about when it comes to your vehicles and stuff like that too. So I appreciate you, Josh. Have a great night, and we'll see you again next time. Okay.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. Thanks for the host. I had really enjoyed it. I know it was kind of frustrating for everybody a little bit, but it was part of it, Speedway racing. So I had a good time. Thanks for everything.
Awesome drive
Definitely.
there, Josh. Once again, it's a pleasure having you racing with us, and have a good night, man. Thank you. Next, we'll be speaking with the number 23, finishing fourth. Like I mentioned, the third place finisher has left the track, so we're going to be speaking with the fourth place finisher here, and we'll go ahead and get him up here. Dillon Hastings, congratulations on the fourth place finish. How was it, man?
Well, it was pretty rough, man, to be honest with you. It was hard to, keep it in the front all race. We tried several times. We'd get wrecked out and have to start over again, and it just played out to our advantage there at the end.
Well, you didn't. I saw that you were working your way to the front, and you did quite a few times. It just seemed like that your number 23 machine was just always caught in the wrong draft at the wrong time. You would work well with some and not work as well with others. Where was your preferred place to be, if that would make any sense on the track? We're trying to let everybody have a better understanding of what you guys go through.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes with the plate rate, like Daytona and Talladega, you want to be. A lot of times, the strategy is to stay in the back and avoid all the wrecks in the beginning, and then kind of work your way up to the front as things kind of clear out. Honestly, my strategy is really to try to stay in the front and just avoid the wrecks, because to try to work your way to the back, you're having to fight the people that may have already wrecked several times. So. It was unfortunate there. I think in lap 32 we got into the 19 as we were coming around the corner. I think it was in third, and then there at the end, of course, I wish that would have been a little cleaner finish, but we'll take fourth.
Well, you came home fourth. That's still a top five, and that is still a good race. You guys had made it very entertaining and very fun to call. So I do look forward to the next time that you guys are out there and you see this happening. We try to make it happen as much as possible. But we look forward to seeing you again, and hopefully we get to see you in our tournament out there as well this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be there. Thanks, guys, for hosting.
You're welcome. Dillon Hastings and the number 23. Doing a great job, and he did. He drove it straight to the front, and then kind of got caught up. Like he was talking about when he got caught up with the 19. He did, but he still drove it right back to the front, just like the 19 did. Shane, what do you take away from the race, buddy?
Well, I mean, at the beginning, we obviously had a good long green flag run, which was fun to watch, and we had quite a few back-to-back cautions, which you kind of got to do the best with what you have when you do these public races where there's no sign-up required. It's kind of a test phase, but I think you did a good job on making it look good, and we did I think it turned out great, and it was definitely a good finish there at the end with them wrecking down the backstretch. Kind of shook everything up. Had some guys in 10th, finished 3rd and 2nd. So I think it was a great time. I want to thank my guys over at Shelby Park Marketing for getting me where I am in iRacing, specifically Rolando Arroyo, who's president over there. I drive for them, and that's my marketing guys. They kind of help me find sponsors and stuff like that for a lot of leagues, and hopefully I'll get them to work with me on this Signature Esports thing coming up here. Especially, knowing that I was on the broadcast tonight. You can check them out at shelby-park.com. They work with guys like Jordan Anderson and Ty Majeski and a few other guys. Always a pleasure working with you, Jason, and Signature Esports, and I hope to do it again here soon.
Well, we should be doing it again here real soon. You're going to be checking out some of our races tomorrow as well. We are still doing our recruitment and our recruiting races out there. Go to signatureesports.com, click on the iRacing Cash Tournament entry, and pay your entry fee. Fill out a little bit of information for me. You got to click I agree to the terms and conditions, because we follow all of the iRacing rules and conduct. We try to make sure that we be as clean as possible. Shane did a great job of race control, trying to make sure that we stayed at green as long as possible, and I appreciate you out there, of course, and always. And I appreciate all the new follows out there, and the Discord kind of just blew up. That was amazing. So we appreciate everybody. Shane, you have a great night. I'm gonna play all of my outro stuff, and we're gonna have fun.
All right, man. Thank you for having me, brother.
Absolutely. That was us. That was the race. My name's Jason Followell. That was Shane Wyatt. we were at Daytona International Speedway with Signature Esports, where Nick Indelicato at number 74 wins a entry into the Signature Esports Tournament that starts Friday, the 26th at 5 p.m. Eastern. You're going to be able to watch one race from every round. It's going to be broadcasted right here on twitch.tv/JLFollow. Then, of course, on signatureesports.com, you can find the live feed down there. Then also, back at it again, we're going to be on Facebook and YouTube. But before I go anywhere, I want to make sure I give a big shout out to all of the people I broadcast for. The DSR Wheeling Modified Solution, the DSR Wheeling Modified Series brought to you by Innovox Solutions. That's going to be on Thursday. Normally we do the Saturday Night Fever truck races. That's going to be on Saturdays, but of course this Saturday we're going to be doing our tournament. They're taking a bye week. This Sunday is the Not Ready for Sunday Night Racing season. I believe it's the midpoint, but don't quote me on that. But they have a great race from Pocono coming up this weekend. I'm not Pocono. I apologize. The Indianapolis track right there. So that Gator Mountain Truck Series is going to be the one that we're going to be watching this Sunday. Monday, we are off as the No Limit Racing is on a bye week as their president is on vacation. My name is Jason. I am with Signature Esports, and I appreciate all of you out there. Enjoy your night, a.k.a. morning in some places, and I will see you again tomorrow.